Yes guys, how are you all doing? It's Rory from Nerd Cave here, and today we are talking One Piece. This is the first ever video I've ever done about One Piece. I never thought I would. I've got to be honest. I'll be so real. About a year ago, I didn't even know what One Piece was. I never watched the anime as a child. I never even really heard of it until about, to be fair, probably about 13 months ago when I started my online business. I started bringing One Piece in, and believe me when I say, it was a case of I might make like £2 on the box. In fact, some cases sat on the shelves for months, and I actually had to, like, I think on was it OP7, I ended up losing some money per booster box, which now is quite crazy to actually think about. If like, I was literally losing like maybe like £1 per booster box just to like shift the stock at the time I wanted the funds for other stuff. And now that box is probably like £200, maybe 150, 200, something along them lines, which is still just crazy to think about. And yeah, guys, I have a friend who's massively into One Piece, and he's bought some Pokemon stuff off me at the time. This was about 2, 3 months ago, and he said, mate, I'm selling, a lot of people are selling all their Pokemon, and they're putting it into One Piece. And I was like, One Piece? I get that it's getting a bit more hype, because at this point it was just starting to get a little bit hype, and I said to him, I said, mate, I've had loads of this, and I could never sell it. It stung me, in fact. And he said, mate, trust me, I've been told that it's going to be the next big thing. And I was kind of like, yeah, but everyone says that. At this point, he was kind of neck and neck with Lorcana, Disney Lorcana, maybe slightly under it, to be fair. So it was, it was okay. The odd good set, maybe he'll be all right, but it was still very hit and miss. And yeah, he was right. The rest is history. I cannot believe how this is done. And not only has it now done well, it is also a case of I actually now love it. And it's actually almost a bit of a problem for me, to be honest with you, because from what we receive from the distributor we have, which is looking around 2 cases at the moment per set, which is 24 booster boxes, which is, it's okay. If you have a brick and mortar, you get more and you do play events, but it's okay. I'll be honest, I'm ripping half of it, and I shouldn't do that. As an online store, the golden rule is you never get high on your own supplies. In other words, you don't open your own stuff. But One Piece, and I can resist Pokemon because I know it's hard to pull some stuff, but at the minute, One Piece, I don't know if it's just because of the gambling addict in me, but it's like being at the casino, because some of these chase cards are worth thousands, and to be honest with you, you do genuinely, after you open it, you do love the artworks. It is amazing. And like I said, I have never, ever watched One Piece. I didn't hear of it until, like I said, 12, 13 months ago. And now I'm not only someone who sells it, because I've done that for the last year, but someone who opens it, someone who has to try their hardest not to open it, just so they can sell it to people, which is crazy, to be honest with you guys. It's crazy how a TCG that I have no nostalgic link with, like I do with Pokemon, because obviously I loved Pokemon as a kid, and it still has that much of an effect on me. The point of that is people going, well, One Piece hasn't got that much of a fan base, blah blah blah. Even people now, like myself, who didn't watch One Piece as a kid, are now going to be loving it, because it's the whole. People love to gamble. That's the facts. And people love to open a box. This is completely irrelevant. This is linked to the other video, but a box or something, and think, oh, I can open this, and this is a £50 ticket, and if I open this, I could have a card in it worth £1,000. And that is essentially what opening some sets are. Not only that, people are opening and genuinely loving the artworks. The artworks are amazing. I now know a fair few characters, and it's mental to think about when I never even watched it. So, how I think One Piece will do in the future, I can see it being strong, to be honest. I do think it will probably, if it carries on at the rate it's going, we'll need a slight correction, because it's going very much like that, a little bit too quick. But it's doing amazing, and I can see why. And to be honest with you, I can't see it going back to how it used to be when I was shifting cases of even money or occasionally losing a few quid. That's not going to happen. It's too good. It's genuinely amazing. The quality of the cards. Not only when you get a good card, it's almost it's not like Pokemon where PSA is king. It's a case of, oh, okay, I've got this good card. Well, let's send it to BGS, Black Label potentially, and that's even more of it. There's a lot of layers to it, which is genuinely really good, and I do think it's here to stay. I mean, OP, was it 14 the last set? That had done really well. It flew out. I can't remember what I was selling the booster boxes at, but yeah, it flew out really well. We've got the mini tins on pre-order, by the way, guys, which have 2 packs of OP13 in. If anyone does want to pick any of them up, they come out on the 30th of this month, actually. So they might even be out by the time this video's out. Little plug. Nerd Cave. Anyway, but yeah, guys, and obviously EB03, the English version. Oh my God, have you seen the prices on eBay already for the pre-orders? I couldn't believe it. I'm not even mad on that set, I've got to be so honest. Certain sets I love, I know it's the All Girls set, which a lot of people do like, I wonder why. But I'm not mad on the art. I like the artworks personally. I find the artworks on that set a little bit plain. So I get why people like it, but I'm not the maddest fan. But it's doing crazy numbers. And it's amazing. And from a shop point of view, I'm thinking, well, how long are distribution going to be able to give us 24 booster boxes per set? Like, it's because I can't see if other stores weren't getting it in when I was getting it in, but are now thinking, I'll have a bit of that. Surely, I can imagine allocations dropping. Like Pokemon, we don't get 24 booster boxes of Pokemon or any set. Not even close. That is genuinely the world it is with allocations for Pokemon at the minute. And people wonder why we have to sell Pokemon products at market price, or at least around market price, and it's because genuinely we'd make no money if we didn't, because honestly it's bleak for Pokemon. But staying on with the One Piece, can it overtake Pokemon? I mean, you never know. I think Pokemon is a bigger brand and will always stay the top dog, but One Piece, and especially as an investor point of view, I don't see anything wrong with it. I think it's starting to get to a dangerous point to buy booster boxes. You know, some of them which are already like a not so much booster boxes, to be fair. I don't think any of the actual boxes are super expensive. I know like the first, what is it, blue bottom one is, but majority aren't that bad. But I do feel like some of the singles is getting a bit dangerous. You know, like some of these, the red Monkey D. Luffy manga. Oh my God, how is a card worth that much money? It's unreal. And as a fan of One Piece now, I love it. But yeah, guys, I genuinely think One Piece is gonna do amazing things. I love it. I'm now a fan of it. I actually have to resist opening it. It's becoming a problem for me, but I still love it. I think what I have to do is now, what I get is sell everything and keep one, and then when there's one left over, then open it. Because the trouble with me is I'll open one and I'll be like, oh God, I didn't get the manga, or I didn't get the chase. It's addiction. It's an addiction. But yeah, guys, hope you enjoyed that little chat about One Piece anyway. I thought I'd just give me thoughts on how I think it's going to go as a TCG. I mean, not that I'm anything, you know, a genius on it. Like I said, I only found out about it relatively recently, a year ago, whatever. There's people who've been playing the TCG and loving it for a lot longer than me. But that was just my point of view from like a online store point of view, if you guys get my drift. But yeah, guys, if anyone does want to pre-order anything, we haven't got EB03 up yet, but we have got the mini tins available. So yeah, guys, have a good one. Wallop.